Everyone's got a voice. Everyone's got a dream and a vision. Like, just because you're a real estate agent, you sell houses for a living, doesn't mean you can't do something cool and create something cool and create a brand. And I think most brokers have a visionary mind. They're very creative. But brokers need to realize that you're a CEO of your own business. You may be part of a brokerage, but you have your own brand. You have to act like that.
Is there a step-by-step process that people can follow to develop their vision?
I think start small with those simple questions like, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? Who am I? What's my voice in the industry? What do I believe? Not what other agents are doing, not what other brands are doing. Like, what do you believe?
Welcome back to the A-List. I am Malte Kramer, founder and CEO of Luxury Presence. My guest today is Matt Breitenbach, one of the top agents here in the Hamptons and a true visionary in the real estate industry. Today's topic is how to build a visionary real estate business. Thanks so much for being here, Matt.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
A lot of agents have a problem in their business, which is they don't have a big vision. Can you tell me why having a comprehensive vision is important to your real estate business?
I think it's critical. I think most agents, you need to know who you are,
Yeah.
and what you want to do, where you're going, and then you can work on the how you're going to get there. It's funny, I joke with people, I was an English major in college. I wish I would have took a couple more business classes when I got into the how of things and strategy.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to do, I wanted to change
Yeah.
the future of real estate. I want to help define it. And I think that's exciting. I think growth is exciting. Vision is exciting. Everyone's got a voice. Everyone's got a dream and vision. Like, just because you're a real estate agent, you sell houses for a living, doesn't mean you can't do something cool.
Yeah.
And create something cool and create a brand. And that was for me when I started Breitenbach Advisory Team, #BAT, right? Like, if we wanted to build a brand, something that people could look at, like, those guys are doing it better and elevating the whole game.
Can you share more about what the process is for taking the vision that you have in your head and translating that into something you can actually use in your business?
A lot of notebooks, I guess, right? Like a lot of dry erase board sessions. And
Yeah.
I think getting it out, I think writing it out,
Yeah.
whatever form you do, but you have to spend that time
Yeah.
whenever you're the most creative and you're the most open. I think most brokers have a visionary mind.
Yeah.
They're very creative. Ask any real estate coach where, the broker mind is a very interesting mind, but it's very entrepreneurial. Who you are and what you want to do and what your voice is, those are deep questions. And they're not easy to answer. And you can go in a lot of different ways. For me, it was when I met my wife and she started pulling this stuff out of me. She was very therapeutic for me and I had these like deeper challenges in my life that I had compartmentalized, and she helped open me up in a lot of ways, and I started thinking deeper. But I think it takes a lot of courage. That's why I have a lot of respect for visionary people. I think even going out on my own and breaking out on my own and building my own brand, it took a lot of courage, a lot of support from loved ones and people to believe in me. What brokers need to realize that you're a CEO of your own business. You may be part of a brokerage, but you have your own brand. You have your own, you have to act like that.
Can you share more about how you have taken your vision and use that to craft your brand identity and craft your marketing?
I think the right partners are so essential once you kind of identify what you want to do. I look at it like it's like a golf club or a weapon in your arsenal to then deploy your vision. Your name is a brand or your team is a brand, but you have to build a brand that people want to associate with, right? You want to wear Nike, you want to have an Apple computer. It's been extremely positive for me, just from people knowing like, okay, it's not just like Matt Breitenbach. It has a whole different feeling around it, what people want to associate with.
Is there a step-by-step process that people can follow to develop their vision?
I think start small with those simple questions like, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? Who am I? Like, what's my voice in the industry? What do I believe?
Yeah.
Not what other agents are doing, not what other brands are doing. Like, what do you believe, right? Like, what do you think is the way to do it? What has worked for you? What do you want to do? Create that business plan. I just reworked my business plan. I noticed once I got back to selling mode, I was really able to speak my value proposition as an agent, right? You have to ask yourself these questions and stop just relying on your brokerage to do it for you. You have to do it yourself.
What would you say differentiates a strong vision from a weak one?
That's a great question. I think it has an individual one, and it's unique to you.
Yeah.
And I think some visions obviously going to have some inroads to others,
Yeah.
and connect to others, because not everyone's going to be so unique. But I think it has a lot to do with who you are and what you are.
Yeah.
And it's not like something you're copying or something you're trying to replicate. It's original to you as a broker.
When you're in the day-to-day of your business, how do you make sure that you're living up to the vision you've set for yourself?
I think revisiting it as often as I can. Always reevaluating your vision, going back to it and going, okay, making sure it's there. I love it. I love it too much sometimes where I'm like, oh, I got to go do some business. But it's because it gets exciting.
Do you feel like it's energizing for your team as well to feel like there's something bigger that they're working towards?
Explaining your vision is so important, so they know where you're going, right? You don't want to get in a car with someone where you don't go. And I think observing the best CEOs, look up to guys like yourself or Rob Revkin from Compass, or even Ryan Serhan, who I've met. You want to know where you're going, what we're trying to do, because you don't want to be on a runaway car, especially if you have a big vision, and you might be a little outside the box. And you're like, all right, what's going on? I think really letting your team know, because you want to pull together. Everyone wants to be rowing in the same direction.
So, Matt, how do you get people to buy into your vision?
I think spending time with your people. You can never spend too much time with your people, and communicating with your people. And I think treating your people almost as clients, getting those one-on-ones, eyes on eyes with your people, getting connected with them so they feel part of it. Yeah. And I think looking at how you even interact with people is big, that they're always feeling supported in part of this culture. And I think that's a big part of it too, like your culture. Yeah. And thinking about what kind of culture you want to have on a team. And I think that really ties into vision, like what your values are. What do you value, as any company would, right? Who's your people that you want to go to war with, you want to go to battle with? Who's those people that are going to support you, that are aligned with you, they're going to work well with you? And then spending time with them, leaning into them, making them feel powerful. Because for me as a real estate guy, I've grown a lot of good people.
Yeah, I think those are some really great points and some really great advice. Having the culture and being open to change. And it's something that I admire about you. You're always looking for the next thing, how you can evolve. Thank you, Matt.
No problem. Thank you.
To everyone listening at home, if you want to learn more about how to align your brand with your vision, head over to luxurypresence.com. Thanks for being with us here at the A-List.